We lived in Rock Hill pretty much all our lives. Our family, we both have 2 children, and we've adopted them at birth. So God put us together, and we've been married for 27 years.
So we met in high school and got married shortly after, and he was in the Army. And we waited a little while to start our family, and then whenever infertility struck our family, God put on our heart to go through adoption. And we had a son join our family and then a daughter. I think I've always known about the center just through local churches and just being in the Baptist church. They really do a lot with the Women's Center, both churches we've been a part of.
When I heard about the mission, I'm all for it. I'm all for the protection of life and just the impact that PWC has in the community. Sometimes people, young mothers, just need that extra help, and that's all they really need.
And if it wasn't for pro-life and people that chose life, we wouldn't have our children. So that's why it's super important to us as well.
We prayed about it, and we just felt that God had pressed it upon our hearts to give and to support Palmetto Women's Center financially.
And we thought, we've been blessed with our jobs and our health and being good stewards of our money. We wanted to do something monthly to contribute to what y'all are doing in the community.
We also recognize that we can't be on the front lines like the nurses here, the volunteers here can. So where we can't do it, maybe we can help provide financially. In September of last year, I flew over the handlebars of a dirt bike, just out in the backyard, just riding. Through a series of events, after going to the emergency room, they did a scan and found some enlarged lymph nodes. So that prompted me going to an oncologist and having some scans, so that the final diagnosis was testicular cancer. Never would have known it if I wouldn't have had the accident. So before that, I had stopped in at Palmetto and wanted to be a volunteer. And so through all this has strengthened my resolve to, once I get through this pause, to continue that.
One of the things that happened before we found out the cancer diagnosis was that the VA, Veterans Affairs, was increasing his medical disability rating. So that in turn gave a financial benefit. And when we got some back pay for that financial benefit, he said, I want to give out of that to the Women's Center because God had given it to us. We just wanted to pass it forward because everything that happened last year, God just kept leading us in this direction.
I believe God's blessed me and blessed us. For one, He's drawn us closer to Him and to each other. Financially, just the other day, out of nowhere, He blessed us financially again, and that was not expected at all. And sometimes you just sit back and wonder, how or where does this come from? He just shows up.
After he started looking into the dad mentorship program, it was like he had the accident and then our refrigerator broke and we couldn't find one. So it was like, is the enemy attacking us because we're trying to do the Women's Center, or has God just provided all through that above what looks like an accident, a broken refrigerator, and just kind of carried us through?
I would say to the person that's thinking about it, where else are you going to be on the front lines of making decisions to further and save life and helping others? Some people, all they need is just a helping hand, or they just need direction. They're just confused, and that might be all it is. And I would say to them, here's your chance to give your time or your money right here on the front lines of life.
If you've got $25 a month, if you've got a spare laptop, you don't need any more. If you've got anything to donate, a pack of diapers, a pack of wipes, everything adds up if we all contribute together.
I would encourage anybody who's watching this or just thinking about it to move forward with that idea too, because you never know what kind of impact you're going to have until you do it.